Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm looking for my tripod. I'm gonna sit down and do a quick catch up life update. I feel like it'd be weird to just hop back into vlogging without doing any sort of update on like what's been going on, because then I feel like it'd be messy. I am looking for my tripod. Ryan, it's the AirPods in. I don't think you can hear me. Looking for my tripod so I can sit. Here it is. Yeah, it only made sense to sit and do a catch-up life update. So much has happened between the last time I vlogged and now that nothing would make sense if I just started recording regular vlogs back to business as usual. So I did like a Q&A on Instagram asking, because I didn't even know where to start. Like, what do I update? Just asking what anybody was curious about, what would make sense to update you on. So I'm just gonna sit here and kind of go through those questions and do an update. Before we get started, apologies. I know it's probably so annoying if I'm nasally. Ryan traveled. He went on a trip with his friends, like a 24-hour trip, and came back stuffy, had congestion, sore throat, coughing, sneezing. He had it for, I want to say 10 days, and then I got it. I only have the stuffy nose and I have a little bit of a sore throat, but that's it. Rumi is almost 1 year old. I feel like the year went by so fast. The days went by slow, but the year went by fast, which is weird, but that's like the only way I can describe it. And so many people were just asking what our, I guess, just like normal schedule is, like a day-to-day schedule with Rumi. And, you know, what I've learned about having a baby is once you get comfortable and used to a schedule, something changes to where you have to form a whole new schedule and then get used to that schedule. Like they'll drop a nap, or it's like something happens, they go to bed at this time now, and you know, their little bodies and their brains are just constantly developing and changing, that you just need to adjust to their schedule. So I will tell you what we've gone through many schedules, but I'll tell you what our schedule is as of now. So when it comes to our daily schedule, for the longest time, we were trying to balance both of our jobs plus balancing who was gonna care for Rumi that day. So our schedule used to be, I would have Rumi Monday, Wednesday, Ryan would have her Tuesday, Thursday, and then we would split Friday. But we found that we weren't able to fully work. When you're used to working 7 days a week, and that's what it takes, and you go down to working 2 days a week, we just found like this isn't working. We need some sort of childcare, whether it be, you know, my mom coming, or daycare, or like an early school type thing, or in-home childcare. We didn't know. So we put out an ad on a few different nanny sites while we were researching daycares and, you know, younger schools, like half days. And we were just kind of seeing what spoke to us, like if we found something that we just loved. So we actually found on care.com, I connected with a woman who was nannying for a family, and the little boy was about to start school. So, you know, the family didn't need her services anymore. And her and I just connected immediately. She came over to the house, met with Rumi. Rumi loved her. And I just kind of felt like it was meant to be, like everything she's about aligned with what I'm about, and we just really clicked. And she just automatically kind of felt like a part of our family. So we hired her right there on the spot. So she's here watching Rumi Monday through Thursday from 8 to 3. And it just has worked out so well. So that's what we're doing for childcare. So Rumi wakes up at 7, Sandra gets here at 8, and she's with Rumi from 8 to 3. I still make Rumi's breakfast, lunch. I like to feed her. I go up and play. We go on walks together. Sandra puts her down for her naps and, you know, does like playtime, music time, and stuff like that with her throughout the day. So then when Sandra leaves at 3, Ryan and I just kind of take turns playing with her, taking her on a walk until 5. Then we start dinner time, bath time, bedtime routine, and then she's down at between 7 and 7:30 every night. So that's kind of our routine, and it's been working out so well ever since we hired Sandra. Like, we both feel just so much more at ease getting back into work. And Sandra's been with us, I want to say like a month and a half maybe, but she's been amazing. It's so hard leaving your baby in the care of somebody else, whether it be, you know, nanny, school, daycare, anything. It hasn't been, it wasn't an easy transition. I know I was probably hovering a lot in the beginning, but I'm getting better at kind of taking a step back. And I fully trust Sandra, which is such a good feeling, to totally trust the person that is washing your baby. Somebody else asked what our breastfeeding schedule looks like, feeding schedule. So my supply started, I was, you know, fully breastfeeding and pumping. I would breastfeed her morning and night and then pumping bottles throughout the day for about 11 months. Actually 10 months. At 10 months, my supply started to really tank. So I was having to mix half breast milk, half formula. And that was working out well, but then about 11 months, my supply started tanking even more. So I was only able to do 1 ounce of breast milk and then the rest formula. And now that she's 1, my supply is just totally gone. Like, it's crazy how, and I was planning on breastfeeding just for as long as I could, I guess. But I mean, it was so wild how just all of a sudden my supply just tanked, like gone. So now we've transitioned to milk and she's doing really well on milk. I'm not even able to pump anymore, like just nothing comes out. No, I'm not disappointed because there's nothing I could have really done to control that. I tried everything I could. I tried increasing my pumping, increasing nursing, and just nothing worked. So obviously that's something that you just can't beat yourself up over. I did what I could, and I'm happy with the way our breastfeeding journey went, and it's over, and it is what it is. So, but she's super happy. She was loving the milk. She hasn't even tried like nursing. She hasn't missed nursing at all, or breastfeeding or anything like that. And she's super happy she was really happy with the formula, and now she's happy with the milk. So that's all. I can't look back and, you know, be sad about it because it is what it is. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. Someone asked, how are you with after baby body? Honestly, I haven't even really thought about it. My body definitely doesn't look the same, as I don't think I mean, I didn't expect it to look the same after having a baby. I just feel like there's always going to be some sort of, you know, differences between whether it's your waist not being as small, or you have extra skin, or you have stretch marks now. I just feel like our bodies go through so much during pregnancy that you just can't expect it to go back and look the same. And I didn't, and it doesn't, and that's totally fine. I am working out. I'm on a postpartum workout plan with Jamie that I finished a while back, and now I'm just back on my regular workout plan. And, you know, I'm not necessarily working out to try to get my pre-baby body back. I am trying to build up my muscle mass, because I do feel like after I had Rumi, my muscle mass, especially in my thighs and my glutes, really became soft. I'm like, where did my muscle mass go? And my OBGYN said it was super normal to lose muscle mass, because literally my butt, you could just mush your finger in. Before, you know, I will say I had a pretty firm tush, and now, and then it wasn't. So I have been lifting a lot to get that muscle mass back. And when I was breastfeeding, I couldn't keep any weight on. I felt like I was working so hard. Well, you know how it is with breastfeeding. You're so hungry. So I was eating a ton, and I was trying not to do any cardio, anything like that. I was strictly lifting, trying to build that muscle mass back and eating a ton, so I could keep that weight on. Now that I'm done breastfeeding, I actually just finished breastfeeding, I want to say like 7 days ago. So yeah, it's still pretty new, but I can already see the scale going up and my weight going back to where it was. The more I talk, the more my nose just keeps getting stopped up. Someone wanted to know the formula. I was giving Rumi We did the Kindle Mill. Started out with the Kindle Mill, and she ended up really, that was the one we stuck with because it sat well in her stomach. She didn't have any reflux. She liked the taste, so we stuck with that one. Differences in life before and after baby. Housework, relationship, life. Oh gosh, it's just a whole different life. I feel like a lot of people were asking like what the hardest thing is about being a parent, and I definitely think it's the scheduling, because you can't even, or I'm just speaking for like me and my family, but you know how you just get in your car and like go run errands? Like you can't really do that. You can't really just like get in your car and go do something. You like everything has to be planned. Everything is about scheduling, and that also kind of trickles along to the relationship. You have to communicate. And you don't really get that long to communicate. Like if there's a conflict, Ryan and I are big on communication. If there's a conflict or something, we like to sit down and really talk it out and make sure that we're seeing both sides and come to some sort of agreement. And you don't really have that time to sit down and uninterruptedly communicate. If you sit down and chat while she's napping, her nap might be 30 minutes. So you have 30 minutes to talk while you had planned on, getting your other stuff done while she was napping. So when conflict arises, like you have to figure out a time to communicate and talk to each other, and you can't let things pile on and build up. Like you really have to make time for your relationship. Whereas before you were just, you were all about each other. Like you had all the time in the world to sit and talk and to work things out. As for the house, we definitely, like this past year, haven't done any major renovations. We've done mostly like furniture, textiles, curtains, stuff like that. We are making plans now that she's a little bit older. We are making plans to take the next step on the house renovations. Definitely not up there on the priority list this past year. Re-entering the workforce after baby. I sometimes think to myself that it would almost be easier if I didn't work at the house, because I'm always so tempted to go to her playroom and play with her and Sandra. I'm always just like, I'm just gonna hang out here for a few minutes. And I just find myself being a little too involved during the day. And it's like, okay, the reason we have childcare is so I can work and so I can focus. But sometimes it's so hard to focus knowing that she's just right there playing, and any little fuss I hear, I always feel the need to like go in there and be like, oh, what's wrong? What's going on? And I know that's probably so annoying to Sandra. She's so nice. She's so nice about it. But I do try to distance myself, because I know it's also important for Rumi to form other relationships without me just being right there, whether it be Sandra or my family, just kind of stepping back and letting her, feel it out. I think that's probably the hardest part of getting back to work, is staying focused, knowing that she's right there. And I also can't imagine like being out of the house. If I worked away from the home, my mind would probably be with her all day. I'd constantly be checking my Nanit camera just to see like if she's napping, how she's sleeping, why is she waking up early, has she had her bottle. It's just, I don't know. I'm hoping that I grow out of this. I don't know if I will. You guys let me know in the comments if you grew out of this like hovering phase, because I want her to be independent, but I also want her to know that I'm here. I want her to feel safe. And I think she's definitely gotten to that place with Sandra where she feels safe and loved, because whenever Sandra walks through the door, her face just lights up and she smiles so big. So that right there is just my cue that, okay, she feels safe with this person. She's happy with this person. It has been very nice to get back to work and to feel, because as much as, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this out loud. I don't know if this is something you're supposed to say out loud, but it has been nice getting back pieces of my life before Rumi, getting in the office and working, doing production for After Iris, and filming content, and it's been nice to have like that piece of my life come back, and slowly I'm getting pieces of my life before Rumi back, and it just feels really good. I don't know why I feel so guilty saying that, but it's the truth, so I'm just gonna say it. Fashion and mom life. That's actually so funny because I was just thinking about that the other day. I don't really have as much time to go in my closet and, sorry, my nose is running. Hold on. This is just, like, this is tragic. I don't want to blow my nose because I have makeup on. I don't have as much time as I used to go pick out an outfit. So in the morning when I'm laying in bed about to wake up, I'm thinking in my head, okay, those plaid pants I have, okay, I think this sweater would be nice, and then maybe these earrings. I'm like planning my outfit before I get out of bed because you don't have time to just sit there and go through your closet and try on different things. Some days I do. I take that back. Most days I do, but a lot of days I don't. So I'm always trying to plan ahead. And you know, the method I've been using forever is I have a rolling rack, and every week I'll put fresh items out, and then I try to make outfits surrounding those like 7 or 8 pieces versus looking at my closet as a whole. That's always worked for me. Baby food. She has done really well with food. I was so nervous because, you know, I think it's so common for babies to reject solids, to reject real food, or reject milk. But Ruby's been really good. She loved purees. We introduced her to purees at 6 months, and then a few weeks later, we started real food, and she was constantly grabbing the real food. So we give her kind of a modified version of what we're eating every night, maybe with just less seasoning, or I'll add like an extra vegetable. She always has fruit and yogurt on her dinner plate because that's her favorite. But for breakfast, we do like pancakes, oatmeal, eggs. For lunch, I'll usually do like shredded chicken, rice. She loves peas. She loves quesadillas. You know, she goes through phases of 2 or 3 days where she doesn't want food. She'll just like pick at the fruit, or she'll only eat fruit. She doesn't really want real food. But I think that's just kind of like phases they go through. Maybe her teeth are hurting. Maybe she's like getting a tooth. So, you know, I just give her like extra bottles that day. More ghost stories. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm like kind of afraid to talk about it, but there have been so many weird things happening in this house. I don't even want to talk about it because it's weird. Even Ryan, he's a lot more realistic. Like, he's like, okay, how could this have happened? And coming up with realistic answers. Even he's like, okay, there's weird things happening. So when he says it, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it one day. But I'm not going to talk about it while I'm sitting in here. Exercise routine. I get up at 5:30. I haven't since I've been not feeling well. I've been trying to like rest and sleep. But I get up at 5:30 and I do my workout, and I shower, make the bed, unload the dishwasher, just, you know, things to like start my day. Just have a little bit of time to myself before she wakes up to like, you know, get like organized. I'll check my emails, make my to-do list, and then she's up. If I ever hit my snooze button and I wake up to her waking up in her camera, I just feel so rushed. I feel so tired, groggy, because I'm like scrambling out of bed trying to like throw sweatpants on and just run in her room. I just like the time. Like, I would rather go to sleep early, wake up at 5:30, and just have some time to myself to like get myself ready, get the house ready, get like my day going, than like scrambling. Update on my sisters. They're doing so well. They're in college. Like, what? When did that happen? They are, oh my gosh, they're just living their own lives. Like, they go to work, they go to school, they get groceries, they make dinner. I'm like, who are these young ladies that used to be babies that I used to like hold? And makes me sad thinking about it. But I'm just honestly so proud of them. And I know, like, they were so sad to move out of the house. And, you know, I told them, I was like, you know, I know this seems like the hardest thing, but, you know, you'll get used to your new schedule in a few months, and within a year, you're just going to be like, I can't believe I ever even lived at home. Like, this will be your home. This will be your life. So it was hard for them to transition to moving out of the house, but they're doing really well. They're getting used to it now, and I couldn't be happier for them. Oh my gosh, both my legs are asleep. Let me lower this so I can. I got a lot of questions about Winnie and Stella and how they're adjusting to Rue, and Winnie and Rumi hit it off really well. When I put Rumi down to crawl, they play with each other. Rumi always like pats her on the back, and Winnie always brings Rumi the ball and puts it in front of her and is so confused why she doesn't throw it. Not that I want Rumi touching her crusty ball anyways, it's so gross. Stella, on the other hand, acts like Rumi doesn't exist, which is not surprising at all. I kind of could picture that scenario happening. Stella is very much still attached to me, so she really doesn't. She lets Rumi like sit and pet her, and I mean, life in general has just been such a blur, and it's just taken a lot of getting used to. Like I said, the hardest part is just adjusting to a new schedule every few months, because I feel like that's when it happens. It's like 3 months you're on a solid schedule, and you got to adjust to a different schedule. Like right now, Rumi's trying to drop her second nap, which I feel like is still so early, but I would say it's hit or miss. I'd say like 80% of the time she takes that second nap, but the other 20% she's just like, we try to put her down and she's not having it. She just wants to play, and then she's great till bedtime. She's not fussy, overtired. So we just let it happen. We've always just been one to let Rumi kind of tell us her schedule. You know, we're not like super set on anything. We really try to read her cues, and we have since she was a newborn, and I think that's part of the reason she was such a great sleeper. We just kind of let her tell us what's going on with her body, and, you know, obviously we enforce, you know, different things for her development purposes. Like we make sure she's getting X amount of hours of sleep in a 24-hour period, but we also aren't going to force a second nap if she had a great first nap, if she sleeps great overnight. Just really want to listen to her and, you know, see what she's up to. She went through a pretty wild regression, sleep regression, I want to say starting at 7 months. Oh yeah, about 6.5, 7 months, and it lasted about 4 months of waking up multiple times throughout the night. I would say every 3 hours waking up. Like she started sleeping through the night at 8 weeks, and then once that regression hit, it was like, it was wild. And then she finally started sleeping through the night. It slowly, she started waking up less and less and less until she started sleeping through the night again. I'm sure she'll go through another regression. You know, I know that just happens throughout their, you know, because they're so small, and I know they're getting used to new things like crawling, walking, standing up. Her regression started when she was starting to crawl and pull herself up. So once she like really nailed crawling and standing up on her own is when it started slowing down. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And also she was cutting 5 teeth at once, which was like so brutal. But we got through it. We made it out on the other end. And yeah, it's been nice to have our sleep back. Definitely took it for granted. Because we thought since she's a great sleeper, she's been sleeping through the night ever since 8 weeks. We assumed that that's just how it would be forever, and definitely not the case. Like they can turn just like that and start waking up through the night. And we were like, where did our good sleeper go? But she's back. Thank God. I'll do one more because I cannot breathe and it's making me out of breath because I can't breathe through my nose. Someone was asking about After Iris. So I did take a small, I don't want to say a break because we still had, you know, inventory on After Iris, but I didn't go into production for a while, and that didn't have anything to do with Rue. That was mostly by manufacturer, and I really think that's like a whole video for another day, but I am no longer working with that manufacturer. I'm working with a different manufacturer I'm working with one in Manhattan and one in Brooklyn. But yeah, I'm no longer working with the one that I originally started with in Brooklyn, and that really is just a story for another day that I will tell you. But I can't today because I can't breathe. But I feel really good about where it's at. We've already launched 2 more products, And we've got three more in the works as of right now that should be launched before the end of the year. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on that just as I film daily life. And I want you guys to tell me what you're more interested in seeing. If you want to see after hours, if you want to see more roomy, more just like daily life, cooking, like errands, just overall life, business, relationship. That's what I plan on doing. But if you want to see, I guess if you want to see one thing more than the other, like if you could, I guess, tell me what your favorite thing is out of the vlogs to see on my end, just let me know. I'm just interested to know so I can, coordinate my vlogs next. But anyways, oh, it was so nice to like sit down and chat. I feel like I haven't done this forever, and I will say it was a little awkward when I sat down to talk. I almost was like forgot how to do this, which means it's been too long for sure. But I appreciate you understanding the need for just a small break. I had actually planned on getting back to vlogging. I had everything set up ready to go. I think I even told you guys I was vlogging, and then the sleep regression happened. And I mean, that was like hell. It was hell. Ryan and I were both just, oh my gosh, I've never, like you almost just feel sick, like you have the flu, run down from being so tired. I didn't know you could actually like live on that little sleep for that long. So I really appreciate you understanding, the kind of step back I took from vlogging. And I know I've had a lot of sponsored videos go live in terms of like sit down fashion videos. Those were all great brands that I worked with, but it should never be like that where I'm just making, sit down style videos and not, vlogging. Cause I know that's, mostly what you guys want to see. So I appreciate you understanding, and I just wanted to address that and let you know that I am aware. And anyways, thank you for being great and sticking with me through this time. A lot of you who have been with me through IVF, through living in New York, different apartments, like almost just feels like a family. And I really appreciate you. What I didn't want is to put a vlog out and then be inconsistent. I didn't want to put a vlog out and then not have another one go out 4 weeks later, 3 weeks later. I wanted to be able to wait and get back to vlogging until I could do one vlog a week, if not one every 2 weeks. And I know that I can commit time to doing that. So I just really appreciate you guys being understanding of that. But I'm like, my throat is starting to get so dry. So I'm gonna go, but I'll finish the vlog out and I'll see you guys next time.
I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew.
Morning. All right, clearly I did not get up at 5 to do my workout. My alarm went off at 5, and I think instead of snoozing, I just turned it off, so yeah. Ryan woke me up at like 7. It was nice to sleep in though, because Rumi got up at 7, so then I got up with her. But worked out, showered, ate breakfast, pumped, got ready. And I have a few errands to run today. Let me check on Rumi. She's napping. She sleeps with her booty up in the air. So cute. So I'm going to run a few errands. I need to take something to the post office. I need to Rumi ran out of her probiotic drops. I need to get those, and what else? Oh, I ran out of like 3 of my hair products at once, my body wash and my razors. So I'm gonna go grab those while Sandra's here and then try to hurry up and get back. But I just pumped. This is what I am pumping now. Usually in the mornings, I get about 4 to 5 ounces on each one. Just going downhill. All right, I'm gonna get dressed really quick and then